And it's time to assemble the gear assy, and I will start from top of it. We have the plastic cover and the metal washer. Just mounting it here. Then, if I could remember, it goes the spring. Then other plastic cover. Housing. Yep, now it's in place. Tighten it all the way down. And we have our anvil with a check. You need to put the bearing. You can hammer it on an inner ball bearing ring with a longer socket. Just make sure it spins. Now we can put the second bearing here. Just pressing it with my finger, and we need to push it here. I will hammer it again with the long socket. And we can see that it's a place for our circlip. I will take them with a special pliers, but you can do the same with a screwdriver. Now we just need to stretch it and push it down. It has a groove on the anvil, and as you can see, we can move it around, and now it holds the anvil from getting out. I have the socket here. It's very good when you need to put something on the anvil. It's a 7mm, 6 corners. You can see it fits perfectly for almost all Makita models. And it's very good when you need to replace the check. You can deassemble the gear assy, put it here, put this one in the vise, and just unscrew the check. And now we can insert other parts, and I forgot to tell that I have prepared the housing with a cold metal, I think it is called like that. It's like epoxy glues, and it was a little bit melted. Here the housing was melted, and I put the epoxy in the holes and then drilled them. Okay. We have a couple parts here. Yeah, this one, we have the small pins. Now I will use a little bit of grease, maybe with my finger. Yeah, much better. And now this part, just getting it on the assy. As you can see, it now can spin easily, but when we insert the pins, here and here. You can see now it will not spin easily. This one prevents the check from turning around when you are tightening it or loosening it. And now goes our ball bearings. It must be 2 of them in one hole. And this is your clutch. Of course, now I have tightened it a little bit too much, the clutch itself. Now the spring is pressing them up. Now we have the clutch gear. We can see the teeth here. They are going down to the balls. Okay, I will try to remember what's next. And I think I need to put this gear. And you can see the 4 holes here. The bigger ones is for the black gear and the small ones is for pins. You can just try to move it to get it in place. If not, we will take it out and sample the pins with everything together. But I think I got it. Yep, now I got it. Yep, it spins around. Yep. Yep, now it's good. Yep, you can move. Well, now you can move it. Okay. Just a small amount of grease here. And we need 5 gears here. We have the 5 gears with a bigger hole. And just putting them here. If they are not fit, you can spin it. And now we can spin our gear RC. Here we have the other gear, and it's a lot of gears here. Maybe that's because it's a gear RC. And we have this gear. Yep, fits perfectly. You can always check if everything is spinning around. That means the gear RC is working. And we need to go to the second 5 gears. And I think it will be time for this gear. This gear, just put it and then I show it. This one changed the speed. So you can see the groove here. It's the small pins holding it and just pushing it forward, backward. And that's how the gear RC changed its speed. a really small pins here. They must be in a groove, and of course it's really good to not lose them. Now we have it here. Okay, and we'll install it in this housing. We can see the groove here. It's made for this one. You can see it's moving here. Now we need to check the groove for pin of the housings. You can see it here, and I'll try to take it up, and we can see it here. So they must fit perfectly. Of course I lost it. I'll just put it like that. Yep. Just spinning it around to fit the gears. Yep. Now we can see that it can change the up and down, and it can change the speed. We have the 4 screws here. Need to be screwed in. Don't go hard with these ones. Now we have the gears, almost completed gears. A little bit of grease here. If you put too much grease, or the grease will be very liquid, it will just go out. So you can see we have the grooves for this gear, and we can put another gear here. Of course, checking again if everything is spinning. Yeah, it's working. And now it's 4 gears left. And small portion of grease here. And we have the cover. You can see the groove here and the groove here. We will put these pins and just spin it. Now we need to put the cover here and cut that size. You can see it's like a pin, yeah. It's a bigger one on this side, and this cut goes here. If you will put it in other direction, you will not change the speed. And now we have the speed changing, nice gear asim. We can put the springs on a speed changer. If you can see, it's the pins for the spring to go in. Just pressing it in and pressing it to fit the groove. Yep. What we have now, we have the housing. For the housing, one part was missing, it was the leaf spring. And we need to insert it here. As you can see, the end of the spring fits here in a housing. Now we can insert the LED light. switch, connecting the LED light. For the switch we have the direction changer over here, and just putting it on a switch. Inserting everything. Now it's time for the armature and the joke unit. Joke unit have the bomb here. This bomb, oops, is made for this pin. I will put the armature in a gear housing, and we need to mount on the speed changer. Now we need to know that this one must go down in a housing. It's a bump on a joke unit. And of course we want all parts to fit perfectly in a housing, because it's a Makita, not a Milwaukee, where you need sometimes to use some force. Yeah, we can see now that everything is perfectly in a housing, I hope so. Just closing it and checking. Yeah, we will press it. Yep, it will be good here. You can check if no wires. Yep, one wire was out. A little bit weak. Yeah. And now we can install the carbon brushes. I will just lift the spring here. Inserting the brushes. We can check if they are moving. Yep, they are moving. Pressing them on the carbon brush holder unit and checking this wire, because sometimes I'm finding that I'm opening the drill and the wire goes like that. What it means, the carbon brush will end very shortly, because it will now have the movement. You need to bend it like that. Yep, now it can easily move here in a groove. As you can see, it's a groove for the carbon brush wire here, this groove. Inserting the brush. Yeah, we have the brush, and now it's time for our back cover. I have removed 2 small pins of the back cover. They used to be here. And I think they are holding the carbon brush contact. It's not always easy to insert these ones. One it's in. And the second one. Just closing the cover. Tightening the screws. And what we have here. You can check if it's working. perfectly.